We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here for Land Academy. This week, we're on vacation.
Yay!
We're not recording our usual daily podcast episodes. Instead, we are airing episode 996, which originally aired on Wednesday, June 5th, 2019, called, it's an interview with Andy Barnhart, and he shares some of his success stories. So it turns out people even back then were being successful just like us.
Turns out.
Enjoy the episode.
We'll be by the pool.
Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Dutella.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk with member Andy Barnhart, who shares his Land Academy success stories. But before we get into it, I have a simple question. Andy, you're sitting right there in that seat. Like, how did you get there? Tell us your story and tell us how you chose Land Academy and if it's working for you.
Yeah. Hello. I'll go way back to when I was a child. And my dad was a farmer, a dairy farmer, and he would try to grow his operation and buy more land. So he would show me plat maps when I was, so I was looking at plat maps when I was 8 years old, and
Awesome.
and he's like, oh, we own this 80 acres and I'm going to buy this 80. And I'd love to have, he always wanted a section of land. That was his goal. So I knew what a section was and a quarter, a half section, and at a young age. So that was, and then after college, I got a job.
I have to explain to everybody what a section is. A section is a square mile, and it's 640 acres.
Yep.
So half section is 320, and a quarter section is, half of that, 160, and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Go ahead. So you're in college.
So got through college and got my first job was as an auditor with the U.S. Department of Agriculture with the dairy division. So I went right in on my first day, and I learned Excel and everything in college, and thought I was a whiz kid, and I get into the government organization that I was hired with, and literally some older guys didn't even have a computer on their desk. They refused to work with a computer. All the programs were written in Lotus 1, 2, 3, and so it was like stepping back in time 30 years. So I was there 10 years, and we converted everything to Excel and all the reports and everything. So I was very comfortable with. I have the agriculture background, I have Excel background, I have an auditing background, and then I was just. I think I was looking, and then I took the realtor. I bought the realtor courses, and took all the courses to become a realtor. I thought, that's something I'm interested in, and then got to the end, did all the education, got to the end, and I think at that time is when I found your podcast, and you guys were, as you are today, dealing with realtors, and you guys have never shied away from like talking trash on realtors. So it's like, it made me think like, well, do I really want to be a realtor? So I never went to take the test. And then that's when I bought the programs. This was in 2016. So, that's how I got here, and I'm in my third year, and still.
Is it working? Like, have you done a bunch of deals? I guess you're on the show, so hopefully some of it's working.
Yeah. It was. I didn't start out of the gate with a bang. I was, skeptical, and I took it really slow. And so I wrote down my numbers. The the first year, 2017, I did 19 deals, which isn't, and I still had some other jobs going on, some part-time things. And so, but the revenue that year was 62,000.
Awesome.
And then, so last year, and I was still doing this all on my own. So I did last year 184 deals completed, and then the revenue was $343,000. So yeah, I was like, yeah, this is.
I'm in.
I'm in. I'm not a skeptic anymore.
Yeah, that was your testing it.
Yeah.
After $400,000, I said, all right, I guess this works.
He's an auditor. I have an auditing background too, and I just don't. You're naturally untrusting of everything.
Right.
Unless you're an auditor, you can't explain that. That people don't understand that.
Right.
What the hell's wrong with you?
That's fair. You should be skeptical. That's true too.
Yeah. You got to see the numbers on a spreadsheet, and then, like, wow. I think I called you guys after my 1-year anniversary, and I scheduled a call with you, and I said, well, I've only done 19 deals and I made $62,000. Am I doing this right? Like,
I remember that.
And you guys were like, yeah, you're doing everything right. And then that's all I needed to hear from you guys to okay, I'm all in now.
Yep.
And,
I remember this call. Were you on this call? Because he was a wedding photographer on the side.
Oh,
yeah.
Remember him?
I forgot about that. I do remember that.
So my wife and I still shoot about 10 weddings in the summer months here in Colorado. It's, it's fun to get out and, go to a wedding and have fun and create beautiful, but that whole wedding, that was another, the whole wedding business taught me how to actually run and start a business too. So that was a huge help. And then this year, this year I brought on my brother-in-law actually.
That's cool.
Joined me as a partner. So he's going to run the whole sales side. So he's the sales manager. He's the Jill of my operation. So yeah. And he has a totally different personality than me. He can get on the phone and talk to these people and become best friends, and they sell them the land.
Right.
So far we've completed 36 deals this year and 96,000 in revenue. And then so since April 1st, we really started buying. We went on a buying spree, and we've bought 85 properties since April 1st.
Wow.
And then
May 9th.
Yeah.
We're recording this on May 9th.
Yeah.
You want to buy another one? I've got one I'm trying to unload right now.
So if everything sells that's in our inventory, the revenue will be, as of May 9th, $406,000. So I think the projection, we have 7 more months of the year. We could hopefully get to add 600,000 in revenue. So I'm projecting $1 million in revenue this year.
So what we really do in this is a perfect example and segue. What we really do in this business is build a balance sheet. A lot of people see it as kind of they look at it from a cash flow standpoint. So cash goes up, then you spend it on real estate. Then it goes up, and you spend it on real estate, but the whole thing goes up.
Right.
And, that's I hope your entity now has its own money. Like you stop putting it in. Hopefully you took the money out that you put in initially.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's what you're in stage 3. I think there's 5 stages of this. You're full blown into stage 3 in less than 3 years. So are you doing it right? Yeah, you're doing it right.
I was going to say with the numbers this year for your projection, I've never, every time you say it and put it out there, and now it's like, hey, the planet heard it. Now it's going to happen. It's awesome.
We'll see. I mean, we keep.
Well, let's check in on 12/31.
I think that's like early 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what changed the business for me was like what you guys talked about, from being a one-man show to I started with VAs, and I started everything that I could possibly outsource. I used VAs, and then and now it's like at the end of the last year, I was like, I don't even want to focus on sales, and I just want to focus on pulling the data and mailing. And so Henry's my brother-in-law. He's been great so far, and so bringing him on really, it's really, and he has a set of VAs that he works with, and I have a set of VAs. So
perfect.
Yeah.
That makes it even. You guys are clearly dividing it up. And
I mean, you could scale up to the moon now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't be able to, because I'm assuming you do the mail, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So you could, if you wanted to this weekend, make it so they could never catch up to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's my role.
Hold on to your hat.
It's like
you're gonna need two phones. Watch
everybody
this.
Come to me and say, just stop sending mail out for a while.
No, that's true.
We can't do this many deals.
That has happened.
Right. Yeah. Here's I have. Wish you could. Here's one. So I have 6 counties that I've mailed, and here's one. This is one county that I have signed purchase agreements.
That's awesome.
And I do I get them back, and I do the 5-minute. Do I want to buy it? Yes or no? And usually in 5 minutes I can, and then I turn around and hand it off to my business partner, and and then he takes care of it. So
that's so awesome.
If we can get through as many as we want now.
Jill and I have a long day of recording and live shows. It's Thursday, so this is our day to do all this stuff. And you just made my day, man. It's a big stack of purchase agreements.
Right. Yeah. I could show you 6 more piles too.
Well, how many backed up phone messages do you have?
Oh man. Yeah. We do use Pat Live. Good. But even keeping up with, they send the spreadsheet every morning at 5 a.m. And I'm like, oh, great. Here's a whole nother set of people I still need to get on the phone and call them back, but it's hard keeping it, even keeping up with the Pat Live messages. So
everybody who's listening to this or watching this is asking themselves this question: how do I get from starting out to having stacks of purchase agreements in my office that I can't go through today because there's too many? So I'm asking you, what's the secret? What's your secret? Just trust the process and mail. Just mail your butt off. Have you ever had a failed mailer? I don't know if a totally failed mailer. I don't think so. Maybe they haven't been as great as I thought, but I've always seemed to buy at least, a couple months go by and I say, oh, that was a failed mailer. And then here comes one in the mail, like 4 months later. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is great. Wait till 10 years from now. I just got one in San Bernardino County.
Yep.
Did you see that?
No, but I'm just saying, it was
from 2003.
Yeah.
6 properties.
My team had a call yesterday from 2007. I'm like, yep. Doesn't surprise me.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So I won't be closing up shop anytime soon, I guess.
So I have to ask you, what's more difficult, filming a wedding or buying a piece of property from start to finish? Both of them. And what's more time consuming? What's a bigger pain in the ass? The whole bridezilla thing. Don't leave anything. All these stories about brides, are they as ugly as they really seem?
No. So I couldn't be a wedding photographer in Southern California. I'll tell you that. I think if a bride chooses to get married in the mountains of Colorado, we always say she's pretty chill. She's pretty down to earth, pretty laid back. It's not all about what she looks like. So, they're usually sort of, more relaxed and just easier to work with. But anyway, it is a lot. Yeah. I'd rather buy a piece of land, any day than photograph a whole wedding. But
no, land doesn't talk back. That's what I said.
Right.
Oh, that's a new one. I have to write that one down. I have not. You have not used that one. At least in a while.
Landowners talk back once in a while, but usually it's like, yes, please, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my own. Land does not talk back.
So on a serious note, do you have a main sales venue? Do you list it on the MLS? What do you do with this property typically?
So we get it. So the process is, once it comes back, we have the deed. We use everything. We use Airtable as a CRM. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Airtable.
No, tell us why it's good or not good. I'd love to hear this. Yeah,
it's a sort of a spreadsheet / database, and it's easier to use than Excel, where you have the tabs at the bottom, and then you move like what's your due diligence, and then the next tab. You can do it all in a column, and you can actually like change the status of every APN, what stage of the buying process, and then the selling process. And actually, you can actually create. It's called the blocks in Airtable, and you can create basically a Microsoft Word template within Airtable. And once you enter like the name of the seller, the address, the purchase price, the legal description, once you enter it in, it actually populates a deed automatically. And it's just going in, you just press a button and the deed's already, you just print the deed out and put it in the mail. So
does it have a CSV upload function? 5,000 records.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you could. I've tried that with a whole mailer. I've uploaded a whole mailer.
That's where I'm going with this.
Yeah. And then you can, once you get
mail merge right from there.
I think so.
I heard about this like 2 years ago. It hit my radar on Facebook or something like that. And it was these two guys in this really cool office saying, you're wasting your time with spreadsheets. This is the next generation. And I was really intrigued at that. I'm pretty sure it's this. I never looked into it more. So you're a spreadsheet guy. So you really believe in it, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It saved us a ton of time. I can open it up and see where everything, every property is at, and we're doing 85 deals a month now. So being super organized is like the key to everything. If we're not organized, this whole model will fail. We've got to be almost.
Go ahead.
Have you lost a property yet? Have you had it happen yet? You're like, oh shoot, I forgot I own that.
Oh
It's coming.
Yeah, we've had some. Yeah, we just cleaned up a kind of a nightmare deal. We actually entered from Moon Clerk. We get, we use Moon Clerk. So we get they checked out and entered the credit card. And then we entered the wrong information into Airtable. So we had them buy in a different property, and we went through the whole.
Yeah, we've all done that. The
whole process and recorded the whole thing. And the guy called and was like, "This isn't the property I bought." So
we've all been there.
Oh man! And then we had to reverse everything out.
Yeah.
So just dealing with you guys know, just dealing with those kind of
those
things.
situations. They're inevitable, and as long as you can keep everybody calm about it and let them keep in communication, let them know you're undoing it, they're usually. Cool, but there's always some person that's like they really get upset about that.
Yeah. This guy was super cool. He was like, "Well, just keep my money, and I know you'll fix it." And we give him a full. Yeah. So
it's when they start using the F word, the fraud word. That's
Yeah.
You're not supposed to sell. We've done this in the distant past. It's sold a piece of property twice on accident.
Yeah.
Everyone gets really upset about that, like the government authorities.
Yeah. Undo it as fast as you can.
Yeah.
You can't write checks fast enough to get out of that.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
It's very difficult to explain that it's an honest mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to where you asked, where we post everything on. So our website is moonlightland.com.
Cool.
We post everything on Luke's site, ruralvacantland.com. We post everything on landwatch.com, Land and Farm.
Cool.
And try to get everything on Zillow. It's a little more of a hassle to do the Zillow thing where they call you back and you have to verify it. But other than Zillow, the VAs post it to all those places, and so we're not posting properties. So
you're doing this kind of volume without the MLS entirely.
We only used MLS one for one deal. And that was the guys that you guys use. Was it Congress?
Yeah.
Congress. Yeah. We used them for one deal, and that property actually sold. But and we're not doing like super high deals yet. I mean, we're still in the lower range. We're just cranking. We're just hitting singles.
What's your average? Is it like buy for 10, sell for 22, or what are your typical?
No, we're not even to that point yet. We have a few of those, but we're probably at average of buy for 1,500, sell for 3.
That's cool. Great.
And
that's basic. It is a single. That's a total single, man.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And you guys ingrained it in my mind so much that just double your money. Yep. And I've taken that literally, like every deal, like, yeah, we could get 5, we could buy something for 5 and sell it for 25, but I've always just listed it at 10 and it sells. And
there you go.
So
and then everybody wins. That's the thing. Yeah. You want your guy to walk away, your buyer happy and thrilled and know they got a deal.
Yeah.
And it never comes back.
If you stick to these fundamentals, and I say this now because we have all new young staff, and we have different lines. We have a line of revenue, house revenue, rural vacant land revenue, like what you're in at that level. And then we have larger land deals, commercial land deals. And there's nothing that has produced more consistent revenue and income than your business model for us, with the least amount of headaches. So the cash flow from land program and Land Academy 1.0, it's everything you need to just stick to the basics, double your money, and keep moving forward.
When
you start to get into these bigger deals, that you can make some money, and we do great. It's just not without a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'd say I'm the classic just Land Academy 1.0 member for you guys. Like but just at a large volume, and I want to see like how many deals we can actually scale up to. Yeah.
Awesome.
And just keep,
So you're self-purchasing and self-closing. You don't use a notary or a title company. I mean, not notary. Yeah, probably 1 out of every 10 deals. They're large enough to send a title. We have maybe 4 deals right now that are closing through title, and they're like 10. Yeah, they're like 10,000, 10 to 20,000. So you're going to sell them that way too, probably through title.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
that's perfect. I mean, you're classic 1.0. I'm a classic, I wrote 1.0.
Right.
Back to that a little bit.
Tell me about it.
We're swinging the fences a little too often lately.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love the baseball analogy. So I'm a big baseball fan. So if you just I know if you swing, if you change your swing to actually hit a home run, you're going to strike out every time. And if you just keep your swing the same, like as you want to hit a line drive up the middle, and eventually with that same swing, you're going to knock one out of the park. So I just keep ripping singles up the middle all day.
Isn't that great? And that's how it happens. That's how sometimes, you've had that, I'm sure, where a deal comes in and you're looking at it going, well, that can't be right. I undervalued this and they signed it. So that's how, a home run will sneak in there and you're going to be like,
yeah, it's inadvertent.
Run to the bank. Like, all right, this is great.
Right.
Do everything right. When that ball comes off the bat, you should be, and it goes out, you should just be shocked. Like you weren't trying to do
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So,
well,
Lenny, any last, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah. When's the next live event?
October. That first weekend in October.
Okay, great.
So think of that. It'll be here just south of LAX. So here in LA, I'm wrapping up the final stuff in the next week or two. And then I'll get the the location announced so people can really start thinking about where it's going to be and getting
first weekend in October.
Yep.
Okay.
And we've decided that that's going to be an annual thing. So this will be our second annual, and it's because it's hard for us to get our acts together to go around and do smaller events. So we decided we're just going to do a big one, and
every year,
and then everyone will know it'll be fun. And I know a lot of people last year had said that, hey, we should do this every year. They thought it'd be fun to reconnect after a year, and I'm like, awesome.
Yeah. I actually had a photograph a wedding on the weekend of last year's event. So I couldn't make it. I'd say that's the only thing missing in this because I'm just I'm in my basement of my home and it's and I'd like to have at least once a year to meet you guys and then meet all the other members that I've talked on the phone to a lot of them and emailed them, but just to have a few drinks with everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we'll make sure that happens.
I mean, you're going to walk away from that event like networked up to your chin. I from the last event, we're all doing deals together now. I just talked to Joe Martin yesterday. We're doing a bunch of mobile home deals, and that all came from that live event. So I'm not plugging it or selling it. It's totally worthwhile.
Yeah.
And it's not like a regular live event where you're just watching somebody up there lecturing like it's a college class. It's everybody's like, how do we do a mobile home deal, for lack of a better example, more efficiently, and so we can make more money.
Right.
It's that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. I'll put it on the calendar.
Good.
Awesome. Well, you've done it again. You spent another 20 minutes or so listening to the Land Academy show. Join us next time for another interesting episode.
And we answer your questions. Post it on our online community, landinvestors.com. It is free.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. Andy, it was a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm so happy for your success.
Yeah, thank you guys. Without you, I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd be going to photographing weddings every weekend.
Hey, bring your kids to live events because it's right on the beach and everything.
Oh, really? Are you sure about that?
Not to the event.
Not to the event, but
all right. Right. Yeah. Sounds good.
Great.
All right.
Wherever you are watching or wherever you are listening, please rate us there. We are Steve and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property. Thanks again, Andy. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bye.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.